Hi, good morning for everyone. My name is Philippe. My presentation is about the GenAI powered search engines in the context of education. First of all, let's make a short definition, a briefly definition of what is GenAI. It is a short name for Generative Artificial Intelligence, and it is a narrow application of NI. The GenAI core foundation is in machine learning, deep learning, and language large models. Language large models, they work basically predicting what is the next probable word for your command for the prompt that you typed, and based on the database that these large language models, they can predict what the answer will be. So in general, these models, they give you the common sense response based on their data bank for your prompt. So, and in the context of the primary and secondary education, most students, when they have to get information and learn some new topics, we go to the classical search engines. And until recently, we have been using Google, Bing, Google Scholar, and so on. But now, with the popularization of generative AI, led by the launch of ChatGPT, most students now are using powered search engines instead of classical search engines. And the problem of it is that most of the students, they don't realize the flaws that the GenAI has. And for example, this study shows that in a certain school in the US, undergraduate students, they depicted ChatGPT as a computer that has a brain, a magic wizard. So we see that most of the students don't realize that GenAI has some problems. And in this presentation, I argue that the generative AI should not be used in the educational context as a main tool because this system has impartiality, has inaccuracy, and false content. One of the implications of GenAI in the education is the partiality. As we know, computers has to be impartial. They has to give us neutral responses. But with the AI is not like this. That works. GenAI specifically, they reflect the biases that the database has. If humans are partial, if humans have their discriminatory behavior, so GenAI will have it. And this study, for example, shows that ChatGPT has a political bias. According to this study, ChatGPT is a little bit left-wing. This is not related to GenAI, but shows the bias that is embedded in AI. This is Joy in her work of from the documentary called Coded Bias. And the next, GenAI has inaccuracy. As large language models synthesize information, they don't list information for you. They scrap the internet and create a new content. Usually it has errors and it is a shallow content. And the last drawbacks that I'm talking about today is the false content. Because of the patterns that the large language models are trained on, they have this intrinsic side effect that is called sometimes hallucination. It has problems, it creates false content. So in conclusion, I argue that AI should not be used as a main tool in the educational context because teenager and adolescents still didn't have a reading skill good enough to interpret which is real, which is false, which is inaccuracy. That's all. Thank you very much.